So I thought I'd play some basic chords for you.
You thought wrong. You don't know any basic chords.
Yeah, I do. I know this one.
It's quite basic.
How about this?
I like that one. I like that one even better. They are marvelous. Yeah, like it. So everyone, this is Tim and Tom. Sound Effects Premier in Ormskirk. We are delighted to have a brand Boss pedal, the VO-1.
So here we are with the Boss VO-1. It's a really innovative and easy to use vocoder pedal, and it's powered by Boss's famous guitar technology, as is evident in things like the SY300. You can use your voice to dramatically extend the expressive range of your instrument in countless ways. It's got a vintage mode for those sort of classic electronic synth sounds, and an advanced mode for all sort of vocoder, new style vocoder sounds with enhanced clarity on them. It's also got a talk box mode that sort of gives you that talking lead guitar. I think we know where that one comes from, but it hasn't got the hassle of the pipe and the snot and everything that goes down it and the horribleness. It's got a choir mode that you can use actually without the vocals, and that will just give you a really rich sound to your guitar. It's got an effects loop for sound enhancement, easy integration with existing pedals, and it works with guitar, bass, or any instrument. Just try it with anything that makes a noise. You're going to get some wonderful sounds out of this. Out of the box, all Boss compact pedals come with a 1-year warranty, but if you go online and register it, you get an extra 5 years. So Tom, can we just have a little look at some of these sounds and functions?
Absolutely. Okay, so after that amazing intro, you've got to admit that was pure musical genius. I'm going to show you the details of this pedal, and it's a serious amount of fun. So the VO-1, looking at it on the floor here, basically we've got a couple of inputs. We've got an input for the guitar or any 1/4-inch instrument, so anything electronic that's got a 1/4-inch out on it. Then we've got a mic input. Now, really important, the mic is not phantom powered, or the mic input is not phantom powered. So if you've got a 48 volt kind of condenser mic, you can't use it with this. You need something like an SM57 or an SM58, some kind of dynamic mic that doesn't require phantom power, which is what we've got here. Other than that, pretty straightforward. We've got standard output, okay, which we've actually split. We're running it into the amp, and we've also taken a DI signal. We just use a DI box to split it. So you're hearing straight into the DAW, and you're hearing the blues cube here, mic'd up, also made by Roland Boss. Then we've got a send and return. So here, the send and return, basically what that does is it takes your guitar signal, or whatever instrument you've plugged in, and you can apply delays, reverbs, choruses, effects of your choice to it in the loop, okay? So that doesn't take the vocoded signal out, okay? That's really important. Just the guitar signal, which is cool, because you can just take this and the delay pedal and have a perfect setup. Okay, so the controls on the pedal itself, we've got a split level and blend control. Okay, the top tier is level, and then the bottom tier is blend. Okay, so that blends between the guitar signal and the vocoded signal, okay, or talk box or whatever we're actually using. We've then got a tone control, which is basically controlling the tone of the wet signal. Okay, so that's our vocoded signal. All the way to the right is the brightest, all the way to the left is the darkest. The colour is basically controlling what we call formants within the voice, within the vocoder, which basically means to the left you can think of it as being more masculine or deep sounding, and to the right higher pitched, kind of more feminine kind of sound, so however you want to think of that in your mind. And then we've got the mode dial, and the mode dial goes between, we've got a choir sound all the way to the left, which is basically a guitar only effect, which is using, as Tim mentioned at the beginning, the kind of Boss synth technology, which allows you, from the SY300 actually, which is a great pedal, which we've demoed as well, that gives you kind of a wide choir sound, which I'll demonstrate for you, but that doesn't require the microphone, so you can do that without the mic. Then we've got a kind of vintage kind of vocoder, traditional vocoder kind of sounds, so analog kind of sounding synth vocoder sounds. The advanced mode is basically a new kind of vocoder, which has got more clarity. It's like an enhanced vocoder, so you can hear more of what your voice is saying. And then the talk box is obviously a talk box, but it doesn't require, as Tim said, the tube with all the spit and the snot and whatever else he mentioned. No bodily fluids required, which is fantastic. So let me start demoing. Here's my clean tone. I'm using this Fano guitar through a Roland Blues Cube. And I have to be very quiet here, because even, I know the pedal's off, but I don't want this mic to activate anything. So basically, here's the clean tone. Okay, if I switch the pedal on, If I just say stuff, obviously nothing's going to happen because what's happening is the mic is triggering the vocoder itself. So if I play a chord and I'm going to say the 5 vowels A, E, I, O, U, check out what happens. So I go
A-E-I-O-U.
Now notice one thing straight away, I wasn't singing. I'm a terrible, terrible, terrible singer. I can play guitar a bit, but my singing sucks. So you don't need to be able to sing. It's just responding to what the notes of the chords or the lines that you're playing, and then the voice is shaping the signal. So I can play a multitude of chords.
A-E-I-O-U. 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 A-E-I-O-U.
I can make any sound. I could go.
E-I-E.
So you can hear how it's shaping the signal there. Really cool, and the tracking of the chords is amazing. You don't want to play anything really complex. Don't start playing like jazz harmony and kind of really weird extensions on chords. But if you stick to things that are kind of easy chords, you can get away with some harmonies. If I play like a D minor 11, I can go.
Hello, my name is Tom Quayle.
So you can get away with that kind of thing, but don't do anything too crazy, and it'll give you great results. Okay. So if I start playing with a few of the controls, so the blend control. Let me take the blend all the way up. The level obviously does exactly what you'd expect. It increases the level output, and we don't want to clip the front end of the amp. So now all you'll hear is the vocoder. So if I don't say anything, you'll hear we don't get any guitar. Okay, you'll hear the room, the strings just being picked up by the room mic. If I now speak whilst playing,
A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U.
okay, you can hear it shaping the signal of my guitar. Okay, really cool if you just want the vocoded sound. Bring the blend back down. Let's play with the tone control. Okay, so we'll go all the way to the left and all the way to the right. So here's the tone control all the way to the left, so the darkest sound that we can have.
A-E-I-O-U.
Okay, nice and kind of dark sounding, but still fat and musical. So
A-E-I-O-U.
there you can hear the guitar is unaffected, just the vocoding signal is actually EQ'd. So
A-E-I-O-U.
And it's affecting the rhythmic element of my guitar as well. So if I do a rhythmic kind of device, you can hear how it affects the signal. Really cool. So if we go all the way to the right with the tone control, now it gets a lot brighter, and we get this. More kind of breath, more kind of air in the signal. So that's really cool. Again, very musical. The colour, come all the way to the left. This gives us a much, well, not darker, but like a beefier kind of more masculine term. We're not really supposed to use those kind of terms anymore for being PC, but I'm not, so it's more masculine. So we get this. And that's more like my kind of voice. So as I'm playing, if I... that kind of thing. Okay, I can attempt to sort of sing my lines and you'll get kind of interesting sounds. You know, I can't sing, but if you could get George Benson-esque kind of things and really get the vowels and the sounds of your voice to come through as well. Very cool. If we go all the way to the right, you'll hear a marked difference here. It's much, again, not brighter, but more feminine kind of sound. The performance of the voice change, really cool kind of thing. So we get this. Chipmunk central, basically. And again, I'm trying to sing here, but you don't need to. So you can sing the same note. You could attempt to sing, so on and so forth, but you don't need to, okay? So bring the colour down, let's try the different modes. So we'll go to choir. Now here, I don't need to say anything into the mic, and in fact doing so won't make any difference. If I just play, you can hear that's basically a synth sound or a synth choir sound, okay? So as I play, I'm getting, it's triggering the synth. So if I blend all the way up, and again, we've got DI signal and the sound from the amp as well. This kind of synth sounds better if you DI it, so we'll give you that signal. And the tracking is superb. It's just like the SY300. It tracks pretty much everything you can play. So that's very, very cool. And again, the tone control and the color will change the sound as you kind of, you know, shape the sound that you require. Blend it in with the guitar. And you can play even faster because you've got the attack of the actual guitar as well. Okay, so that's a really useful feature. If you don't have a mic, you can still get kind of vocoded sounds. Okay, so next mode, advanced. Now the advanced mode, as I said, is giving you a bit more clarity in your vocoding. So the advanced vocoding sounds like this basically. I'm just going to play a scale and say the vowels again. Really cool, just a lot more clarity in there. And again, same controls work the same way. There's not a lot to learn on this pedal. And then finally the talk box. So if we switch to the talk box, I'm not going to demo any classic riffs here because you've all heard them all before, but I'll just kind of show you the vibe that you get here. If you want to play your Bon Jovi riffs, you can do all of that and it works great with this pedal. Okay, so basically the talk box, I don't need any tube, which is the traditional way of getting this sound, and you can get this kind of, if I just sing into it, if I just sing a note, so I'm going to sing a nice E, ba. So you can shape, if I go, so it's kind of cool. And if I change the vowel sound as I sustain a note, if I go, really cool, it's really getting those kind of formants in there. Again, really cool, really, really great. So fantastic sounding pedal. Again, remember, if you wanted to, you could add in some effects into the send and return. But that's the VO-1. Let's go back to Tim to finish off the demo.
Thank you very much, Tom. It's been really enjoyable listening to this pen, accompanied by your wonderful jazzy chords. We'll see you next time. Sound Effects Premiere. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.